Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of our show, the last one on a Wednesday night, and the last one for this year. As you can see, we have Miss Thelma Thrift with us tonight,
Hey y'all.
and she was having a little difficulty. We thought we were going to start without her.
Oh, I know that was difficult, but we got it.
She got it figured out.
We got it figured out. Thank God for this easy technology that knows about people who don't know about it, and they guide you right through it. So I got there. Yeah.
Yeah, they make it pretty idiot proof now. They have to.
Exactly.
So many
Definitely.
people
Especially
want to do stuff.
Definitely.
So.
And tonight we're just going to talk about a little bit about vintage thrifting and get to know Thelma if you don't already know her. So
I don't.
Thelma, why don't you do a little bit of introduction about yourself and
okay,
get you and stuff.
Okay. Well, I've been a thrifter for probably 20 years. I used to do garage sales a lot, but I had a best friend that turned me on to the Goodwill here in Houston, and I never looked back, and I kept finding really nice things. And I used to sell a lot at flea markets, but I'd never actually sold on eBay until I started accumulating so many good things from the Goodwill and other places. And, you just can hold so much in your house, and then you start giving things away, and people don't get excited as much as you do when you find that treasure. And I found that going to eBay and selling it really did that for me. I found good homes for some of the stuff that I found, and then I realized I could make a good profit as well. So that's kind of what I do. But I've always sold all kinds of things. I'm into vintage because I just happen to be a collector, but I have sold everything from jewelry to clothing, just about anything except my children. Yeah.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
I would sell my kids sometimes, I'll tell you.
For a good price, right? Yeah.
Yeah, as long as I didn't have to pay to get rid of them, I'd probably be all right. No, I love my children. They're just a pain sometimes, you know.
I'm just joking.
How many children do you have?
I have 4. I have a son and 3 daughters.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy,
that's a lot of us. Here at home. I have a teenager. Yeah, I have a teenager still at home. The rest are grown and married.
Oh, very good, very good. So you have a daughter at home, or the son is at home?
I have my youngest daughter here.
Daughter's at home. Okay, excellent.
And 2 grandkids. Was blessed with 2 grandkids. One just turned a year, and the other one's 3 months. Well, going 4 months already.
Yeah, we've put in our order for grandchildren, but my son hasn't produced yet. So, but we're getting there.
Good. I hope you do get your wishes.
Yeah, we will. So it looks like you've brought a bunch of people with you. Good.
I'm glad. I left a little video. I wasn't sure when you said here you can advertise this. I had already put a link on my last video, but I thought, well, maybe I'll put one up tonight, get some people out there.
Yeah, that's great. And that's why we do it.
Yeah, a few people have requested that I do a live show, but as you can see, the problem. So maybe this.
Well, but now see, you've now got it figured out. So next time you'll be able to do this.
Now I got my feet wet. Definitely.
Exactly right.
And I noticed that a lot of people in the chat are excited to have you here.
Yep.
Hi, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Merry Christmas to everyone if I don't see you again. Till then.
Very good.
So,
well,
go
ahead, Chris.
Well, I was going to ask what got Thelma into, so besides being what got you into collecting vintage stuff in the first place to the point where you had to sell it?
I don't know. I just a hoarder tendency, I guess. I love too many things. I'm very, I don't know. I like jewelry. I like old bags, old handbags. I used to collect ashtrays. I just always have collected things. And then I do come from a couple of family members who would do that. They would collect and sell at flea markets. So it was just kind of always around, my uncle would come and show me his latest finds or whatnot, or I would take trips with him to the flea market and we just look for stuff. And it's just always been, the thrill of the hunt. And
Well, that's good that you've, it's been in your family for a while. And so there's probably a lot of tribal knowledge just known, in your family of things that do well. Like here in Utah, we don't get antiques so much. I mean, I don't know. There's just nothing old here. I don't know why. So, but I know that people, you know, and like people in Indiana and stuff like that. I have a sister-in-law there that antiques are a big deal. So, I mean, with your family being involved, you know, for forever, it seems like that you'd have quite a good knowledge base there to pull from. That's
Exactly.
very helpful, I'm sure.
And I think that's just our way of, you know, touching history. To me, I can't afford a, you know, $1,800 dresser drawer or something, but I can buy a handbag that somebody carried 80 years ago, and I feel that history, and I just love it. I don't know why. I just do. I think it's interesting, and I'm always looking for things like that, just touching history.
Right.
Yeah.
So how much of your stuff do you keep, and how much do you sell now?
Way too much. I don't know if you can see any of my collections behind me, but I keep way too much. But you know, when I go to estate sales, sometimes I think I don't want to be the person that left everything behind. That's why I'm on eBay and everywhere just trying to sell some of my stuff, because I love getting it. That's the thrill, right? Getting it. But then
right.
I like selling it too. I like to give somebody else a little bit of a throw when they find something that I'm selling, you know, they've been looking for it.
Sure. Yeah. We're always kind of like the middleman, you know, as resellers. You take something that was old already, skim a little bit of profit off the top, and sell it to somebody else that's getting the thrill of it being old. So that's pretty cool.
Exactly. And you just never know what means something to someone. Not too long ago, I found a tiny little plastic telephone just to dangle on a keychain that supposedly came from, you know, the phone company back in the 60s. I sold it on Etsy for, I think, $20, and the lady wrote me a note telling me how her father had given her one like it. She had lost it. It had broken her heart. She found one. I mean, something so insignificant, but to them it was significant. And to me, I just thought it was a cute little trinket, and somebody might like it, right? And that's just what I'm talking about, how things mean things. Things really have feelings for other people.
Sure,
you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what you know, I've always been told that we don't really sell things, we sell memories and emotions. Because that's what people are buying. They're not really, you know, the thing is not that important. It's what it means to them.
That's so true. Yes. And I guess that's my problem, is everything means something to me. I just, you know, I can't say I collect this or I collect that, because I collect way too many things. Even my Christmas collection, I got to scale that down. I've got Santas, I've got reindeer, I've got nativity scenes. It's crazy.
We got a couple questions in the chat.
Okay.
One is from Henry. He wants to know, what is the oldest thing you have gotten and sold?
What comes to mind is a lighter that my uncle gave me that I believe it was from 1920s. I sold that on Etsy as well. It was a very interesting lighter. You had to, I don't know, it didn't even look like a lighter. It was a small pocket lighter, but you had to open it up and then spark it. And I think that was about 80 years old, made in Germany or something. That's about the oldest thing I can think of. Maybe some coins. My husband collects coins as well.
Oh, very cool.
Those aren't mine, those are his. So
that's his collection, huh?
That's his stuff. Yeah, he collects coins and knives and things. Yeah, but he doesn't sell them. That's the problem. I'm trying to convince him.
Well, you're doing enough selling for him, so you sell. He uses your money to buy.
Yeah. Once in a while, I'll you know, pull something out. He'll let me have something, but.
So let's see. Swamp Picker has a question for you. That does any of your kids have the selling bug?
Not the selling bug, though. I am trying to get 2 of them groomed for it, because I keep telling them, why go work at, you know, McDonald's for 15 hours and make this much money when in a couple hours you could make a lot more, because they love what I bring home. And I think they've learned a lot about the things that I bring home and find. They find them too for themselves. So they tend to have that kind of a bug, and the 2 of them have the hoarding bug for sure.
Uh-oh.
Parting with the stuff is the thing I have to instill in them. You know, you can love something, you can wear it. I do that with jewelry a lot. I buy it, I wear it, and I put it up for sale.
Yeah, pass it on. Let somebody else have the same opportunity.
Exactly. So that's the trouble there.
Margaret wants to know if you pack heat to some of your shadier thrift stores in Houston. Are you a concealed carry lady?
Gosh, no. No. I inherited a gun from my dad, and I have it put away. I want to put it in a case. I'm definitely afraid of firearms, though I believe in the right to carry. And if I was trained, I may be later, but right now I'm not trained to operate a firearm.
Yeah, you should go to a range and just familiarize yourself.
I know, absolutely.
I think everybody should do that, even if they're, whether they're pro gun or not, just so you have an idea.
I think so as well, yes.
I think I'm going to do that with my wife as well.
Yeah, but I don't stay away from those shady areas. I just, I don't know.
Just venture in, huh?
I venture in and just mind my own business and don't look at anybody more than, 1 second or two and keep moving on.
There you go.
Try to stay safe and pray all the time. Pray that nobody hurts me.
Going Night Grumpy wants to know, did you sell your Tiger Eye sweater?
Oh, no, that's still up. Isn't that gorgeous? That's the one I found and showed in my junk in the trunk haul for $5. And I didn't even, I knew it was quality, but I looked it up and they had a picture on Google. It's a famous 80s designer, Tony Lambert. So it's still up for sale. It's really, really cool.
Nice.
Huge and very warm, almost like a coat, 100% wool.
So where can people find you? Because sounds like you're out and about. I just haven't really come across you other than through the chat.
Well, yeah, I'm on YouTube, Thelma Thrift. I'm on Etsy, Thelma Thrift. All my links are actually on my YouTube channel. So, how you can put your store links and things, they're all there. I also sell on Etsy and where else? Amazon. I do Merchant Fulfilled on Amazon. And then I also sell on Poshmark. And on Poshmark, I'm Golden Hangers.
Is that good? I'm sorry, I don't do Poshmark, so that doesn't mean anything.
That's mostly fashion and handbags, but I'm also selling menswear there. Not, coats or anything like that, but I'll do a polo shirt or some men's ties or something on Poshmark. And I'm also trying to parlay my way into more high-end children's clothing. I think that's really the only that I think is more profitable in children's clothing is the high-end, your Ralph Lauren, your English-made, Italian-made threads. So that's what I'm doing at Poshmark. I've been on there about 3 years.
Oh, wow. See? Yeah, you're selling everywhere. You're everywhere.
I try. It's, eBay was the first one that I tried. And then my son is the one that told me about Etsy because I used to knit a lot. And you can sell your handmade goods on there. So he told me you should sell your things on Etsy. And I did. And then I started, with the vintage things on there as well. So just try my hand at everything,
Yeah, well, and that's the way to do it. Try it out, see if it works. And if it doesn't, move on.
Exactly.
Well, you're getting, go ahead, Chris, sorry.
Before we get to Margaret's question, My Fair Treasures says that she wants to buy the lion coat.
Oh, you do? Well, just PM me on YouTube. I'll give you a better deal. Or if you want to, contact me anywhere that you see it, I have it on Etsy right now. It is beautiful. It is a beautiful coat. And I really am enjoying her channel as well. Hi there, My Fairy Treasures. She's got a great channel with some really good hauls. I love the stuff you're picking up as well.
That's great. That's great. Turtle Trader wants to know who the young lady is to your right on the wall.
That's my eldest daughter. And that's when she had her quinceañera, when she turned 15.
Excellent. Yeah, see, we pry into every portion of your life when you get on this camera. It's like, okay, we're going to nitpick and find all the stuff. You're getting some good, Margaret saying that you're pure class.
Oh, Margaret, you're so sweet. Love you.
And she also has a question. Do your teacher friends know about your channel and reselling?
No, none of them know. None of them know. And there was one teacher who was doing, she was also an eBayer, and she had started to do YouTube. She used to do cat videos, and I almost confessed to her, but I didn't. I just kind of want people to discover me on their own. But
so does that mean that you were a teacher?
I'm still a teacher, yes.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
yeah, that's somewhat I didn't know. So you're a part-time reseller.
Special education teacher. Yes.
Oh, very good. Okay.
But I've never told any of them. I mean, we kind of just keep it professional, and except for that one that I told you, she was an eBayer as well. But because I kept telling her, you should do eBay videos. I mean, YouTube videos. And she said, well, actually, I've done a couple of cat videos, and they were really good. But I don't know why she didn't stick to it. I really liked her videos.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a question from Here You Throw This Away was asked, is Etsy worth it?
Oh, Etsy's definitely worth it. Etsy is, I don't know, it's kind of like, I was trying to compare the two, and people keep asking me that. It's kind of like when you want to sell something that you're going to sell it on eBay eventually, but on Etsy, they're going to be looking for that particular item. When it's vintage, like the coat, for example, people are going to go on Etsy and they're going to put in some keywords, vintage coats, 80s coats, and they're going to know that the people that are on there may specialize in that, or really, flood that market with that particular type of item. But Etsy's definitely worth it. I like it a lot, and I used to like it a lot when I was doing mostly auctions on eBay, because I had to wait for my. I started switching to buy it now, but Etsy was immediate pay, and that's what I liked about it as well.
Very good.
It's a good market, definitely.
For a question about Etsy, I've kind of asked this in groups, but since I have another Etsy seller here, they used to just do pay where you put your money in PayPal. Now they're doing it where it's direct deposit. Did they get rid of doing PayPal at all, like as an option?
I'm not too sure. I know there's two ways of paying. You can pay with your credit card or with your PayPal, but I've just always used PayPal, and I immediately transfer my money out of PayPal. I don't keep it in PayPal, so I don't know if they allow you to keep it there or not. I think so. I mean, my money stays in PayPal until I transfer it over, so.
Well, I know
I don't really know how Etsy does that.
I know that the direct deposit that the guy looked it up the other day, because I was thinking about putting some stuff up, and they said that the direct deposit had to go into PayPal first, then into their holding account, then on Mondays they pay into your bank account.
Wow. I don't know.
So I think they might change.
I'm not sure. PayPal usually takes the same amount. It seems like, well, Poshmark does a different thing too, but once it hits PayPal, once you transfer it, it takes 2 days too. Everything seems to take a day or two when you transfer it out of PayPal to your account. But I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
Isn't that funny how it automatically can go out of your account, but it takes like 3 days to get in?
Oh, yeah.
Like the IRS.
Yeah. And it could be Monday, and they're still going to take 3 days to do it.
Okay, we have another question from Here You Throw This Away. He wants to know, do you sell much there?
On Etsy?
Yes.
Yes, I do. And not as much as eBay and Poshmark, but I can count on at least, 2 or 3 sales out of the month. Yeah. Maybe that's not much, but it's okay for me because it's just sitting there and you don't have to renew it, but every 3 months. And that's what I like about it too. You just leave it there, and you can even have an automatic renewal that'll renew it every 4 months or so, 3 times rather, every 3 or 4 months, every quarter, I guess. So, it's convenient. And then it's usually a good sale. You can charge a little bit more for your item, and people don't expect free shipping as well. So I charge shipping on there, whereas on eBay, I usually do free shipping. So, yeah, I definitely think it's worth it. And actually, I think it's the same as eBay. The more you list, the more you sell. I've been listing a lot more and selling a lot more. I think I've already sold about 6 things in December there, and that's pretty good for me, considering it's part-time.
I'm a rookie. I'm a virgin. I sold my first thing in Etsy. So
yay!
Yeah,
I just quick. I took a lot longer than that.
I just got started. So
what did you sell?
It was
what did you sell?
It was a straw purse that had Bakelite handles.
Oh, nice.
Or not Bakelite, but
made in Hong Kong or something. Made in Japan.
No, I don't remember what it was.
Because those are usually the vintage.
Yeah,
I've
it
sold
was really
some of those.
nice. I think I got
Mhm.
$30 or $29.99 or something like that for it. So,
Yeah.
but it was the only thing in my Etsy store because I had tried it, decided, oh, I'll try it. I don't come across a lot of old things, vintage things.
Yeah.
So, but we did come across a couple things, and I went in there, and we're like, woohoo! So that will become
Exactly.
a new venue as soon as I get a little bit more time to get more stuff up. So,
Exactly.
so.
And we have a question from Sharon Jean Pierre. She wants to know what is the best advice to give someone who is new to collecting vintage items, clothing.
Vintage clothing.
Well, vintage items and clothing.
Yeah. Well, I would say get on Google and study those labels, because even if you just put up 1950s labels, Google's got it. And we didn't have that years ago. We just kind of relied on, oh, this definitely looks like, since it's made in the USA, or since it was union made, you just kind of knew automatically it was vintage. But nowadays, that technology will guide you through everything. And I also love things made in Japan. You don't find very many things made in Japan nowadays unless it's a car. So that always steers me towards that's probably vintage as well. And then, just something that you may like. That always helps. If it's jewelry that you like, you'll get to know a rhinestone piece just by looking at it, the quality of it compared to the rhinestone piece you'll find at the mall today. They don't have prong settings. They don't shine. They're painted like a mirror in the back. There's just different telltale signs that you get to know just from being a connoisseur yourself.
Wow. So of all your collections, what do you have the most of? What's your biggest collection?
Probably jewelry.
Jewelry.
Definitely jewelry.
Okay, so are you a gold girl or a silver girl?
Both. That's the problem.
You can do both.
Both. That's the problem. Yes, I love both of them, and yeah, it's definitely a weakness. But I'm selling that too. And costume jewelry, I don't have any, qualms about gaudy costume jewelry. I love that too. Love brooches. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Speaking of brooches, people buy brooches to make brooch bouquets on Etsy. So use that as a keyword, guys, if you're selling brooches.
Okay, I
keep that in mind.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
have a very strange but funny question for you.
Okay.
If you had to choose, and you can only collect one thing that you have collected all your life, what would it be?
To keep?
Yep.
Well, if I had to get rid of everything and I had to choose one thing, it would be jewelry, because it doesn't lose its value, especially the good stuff. It retains its value.
I get it.
And yeah, it's paid many bills.
So now, does your husband help you with your eBay business? You say he collects coins, but does he help with your business?
Well, he helps in that he sets up my area. He made me a fabulous lighting kit the other day. He's just really, very handy with his hands, and he's always done anything I need. He sets up he's made me racks. We've never been the type that have to go buy a rack or buy lighting or anything like that. So he helps with that. He always brings me supplies, anything he may find, boxes and tape. He manages to find things in all kinds of places, and he helps that way, definitely.
Oh, that's great.
And I had surgery not too long ago. Last year I had surgery on my shoulder, and he had to do a lot of packing, so he did that for me as well.
Wow, he's a keeper, huh?
Definitely. Definitely a keeper.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, go ahead, Chris, but you don't have any questions written down.
No, tonight's a fly-by night because I was having a little difficulties at the house. I wasn't sure if we were even going to be able to have a show. I decided since it's going to be the last show of the year, we're going to go through with it. We're going to figure this out.
Yeah, we're going to make it happen. So,
So, and I'm asking any more questions in the chat, but if you want to do a couple of shout-outs.
You want me to, or you want to?
Well, we can do it together. I know we got Andy's in the chat. Henry, of course, was first.
Right. Shirking Mom Deals.
Margaret's in the chat.
Of course. Turtle Trader. And
Drew just showed up, going on Grumpy.
Right. Let's see, I gotta scroll here. Hold on.
Well, while you're scrolling up, I'll ask Thelma, Tanya, yeah, boy, Margaret's question. Did you thrift any in Chicago?
Mm-hmm. I did, and it was the first time I did it. I did a video on it. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. I had they had a 3 for $1 sale on their clothing, and I already sold 2 Beatles t-shirts for $35 just, on that one trip. I've sold quite a few things that I got, and that's because I couldn't, you can't take everything back on the plane, and I certainly wasn't going to ship it, but I had to limit myself. But it was a good place. Yeah, I wish I could go more often.
Yeah, I had just come back from visiting Chris in Pueblo, and I was doing the same thing. We went thrifting, and I was very careful just to pick up a couple of things.
Yeah,
because I didn't want to have to figure out how to get it home.
Exactly, that is the worst.
So, I do have one thing that I did get.
Yeah, he said he made it home. Was this vintage carafe? I was trying to find it.
I'm going to find it.
Let's see. Andy said, yes, me too. Gold, silver, big, little, green, blue, red, purple. If it's jewelry, I love it.
Anything shiny, yes. Yes.
So this is what I picked up in Pueblo.
Oh, cool.
It's an instant coffee maker and server. And basically it's brand new. It still has the
So you put a burner on that, or is that electric?
Yeah, it's got a little place for like a sterno burner or
That's cool. That's really nice.
Yeah. See, here's the little.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Right, and I knew it was vintage when I saw that on the box the zip code is only 2 digits for Chicago.
Wow.
So that means it has to be at least pre-63, right? Because 63 is when we went to the 5-digit zip code. So,
I heard somebody say that the other day. I never noticed.
Yeah, I think that's when it was. I mean, I wasn't around yet,
but we didn't have area codes, right?
So, but yeah, I thought it was really cool, and I actually shipped it home, and it made it. So, I was kind of surprised because it's pretty thin glass. I mean, it's not very thick, but
put that on Etsy.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. That's gonna go on Etsy because
put that on Etsy for a good price.
So. That's all I got.
Sharky Mountain Dew says that looks 1940s.
Sorry about that.
Dwayne. Sharky Mom said that she thinks that looks 1940s.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I haven't even done any research on it. None at all. I just saw it and thought, you know what? I like that. I'm going to do something with it. So. Did you already ask Margaret's question about?
Nope, I was just going to ask that one next.
Go for it.
Margaret wants to know, most important lesson you learned reselling YouTubing.
Reselling or YouTubing?
Well, reselling / YouTubing. So what's your best lesson that you learned reselling in
reselling lesson? Oh gosh, I've learned so much from you guys. Everybody that I watch has something to teach. I mean, I've learned about reselling books for big money, not just, I used to just sell my textbooks, but I've learned about the cups, picking profits, showed me about that. You guys are always talking about something I would have never thought sells, and it sells. And I think the biggest lesson also is that you don't lose anything by sharing your knowledge. I think you just gain it because, even when you go to a garage sale, you go at the last, for instance, an analogy, you go at the last minute, right? You say, oh, nothing's there. It's already been picked through. But not everybody's looking for that vintage sweater with the red tiger eyes, like I did. So you just never know what you're going to find. The same thing in the resell and the YouTube community. I think everybody has something to offer, and we can all learn from each other. And I love reading the comments even more sometimes on some of the videos because people like to share what they know.
Right, and you never know where if I've had people share one little thing, and it may have been something very small to them, but it solved one of my big problems. Whether it's something to do with inventory or how they store things or how they fold things. It's like it's such a small thing to
Exactly.
them, but it fixed my whole life. It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
I can finally do
exactly.
this. I figured it out. So
That's
yeah,
so
that's
true.
and yeah, it seems like you're right. I think everybody has something to share, even if it's just from their own experiences.
Exactly.
Well, Penny, keeping it real, as showed up, said she likes those live chats, and this is the first time she's been on ours. So
Oh,
glad to
very
have
good.
you here.
Well,
Yeah.
good.
I just subscribed to her because she said I have a channel now to help the newbies.
Uh-oh. We're all newbies, aren't we?
There's more than you never know who's coming along, but still, she may have something that we don't know. So go and
Yeah,
subscribe
that's what I
to her.
mean.
You never know what you can learn from somebody new.
Exactly. And if you guys have YouTube channels, put them there on the chat so we can all, or on the comments rather, so it can be preserved and we'll check them out.
Absolutely.
You
So
never know,
now,
you might become a guest on one of the live shows if you're
That's a good idea.
good enough.
absolutely.
If you give good enough information and everything else, we're always looking for somebody else that we trust and that we can learn from, and that everybody else can learn from.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So of your things you sell, you sell a little bit of everything, but do you have like the main thing you sell? I mean, is it mostly jewelry? Is it mostly clothing?
I was mentioning this in a video the other day that I go in intervals. I go hardline into handbags. I do a lot of handbags as well. And then I'll get tired of sourcing handbags. I'll just, I go to the thrift store, I want to look at something else. And then I'll hear somebody talk about books and I'll go look for books. And then I hadn't done books in about a month. And the other day I picked one up, scanned it, $30. It sold the next day, made a $28 profit on that. So, I mean, just depends on what I feel like doing. But it's right now, it's clothing, it's handbags, it's jewelry, mugs, books, toys. Again, with the hoarder in the other room. Definitely lots of toys are in this house from the 90s, the 80s. Because they supposedly were our children's toys, right? But they're still here. And some of them are still in boxes because somebody was really collecting them for him. And so those are going on Amazon. Those are selling on Amazon. So you just never know. But yeah, those are the main things.
And Penny, keeping it real, says that I learned so much from everyone. Thelma, I learned so much from you about mugs and t-shirts.
Thank you. I'm glad. T-shirts, oh my gosh, those are, I used to think only the rock band shirts sell, but all kinds of crazy shirts sell. You just never know what somebody wants.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have gaming shirts or,
Exactly.
things from video games, Mario or something, and that's just a tie to their past.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big one. Let's see. Margaret has a question for you. What is something that makes you happy that doesn't always make others happy?
I like watching quirky movies, and I like watching them alone. I don't like to watch because I like Woody Allen movies, and my husband doesn't like them. So I like sitting down with a hot cup of coffee and some donuts and just, vegging out on a movie. And I don't watch TV at all. I watch YouTube, and occasionally I'll watch movies. But I have to have the time to do it. And when I do it, I'm really happy. That and reading. I can pour through books as well.
So are you a British humor kind of person or that kind of quirky or more, comedy quirky?
More like the Woody Allen genre or,
Okay.
The old 70s and 60s stuff that I missed because I probably wasn't old enough to go into the theater at that time when they were rated R. I'll
Right.
catch up on that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
And so, okay, going on Grumpy wants to know, what's your favorite toy?
Toy?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I still have two of my favorite dolls. I have a Mrs. Beasley from the 60s, and I have a Baby Boo. But I don't know. I was collecting dolls for a while. Sold most of those, but I did spare those too. And I never did like Barbie dolls, but I did like the baby dolls. So I still kind of, if I'm drawn to a doll, I may have to pick it up, but yeah.
Yeah, see, my wife is the same way. All through her childhood, her mom would get her a doll every Christmas. And then once we got married, I took over that. So I have to get her a doll. And hers is more
Oh, sweet.
the porcelain dolls kind of stuff.
Yeah.
She gets one a year, so they're not all over the place. But yeah, we find one each year that she likes. So
Yeah, we do sell a lot of the X-Men and Spawn toys. That's what we're selling from my son's collection, my husband's collection. And we still have the 80s Transformers, first generation in a box that my son said he'd kill me if I open it. So
well, don't open it, sell it.
One day, hopefully.
So you can say, I sold it. I didn't open it. I sold it.
Right. As is, right? Just
got to be more specific.
exactly. A big lot. Just walked out the door.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of people mentioning happy birthday, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah. So,
Oh, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah to everyone as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
and all the other religions out there, I don't know all their holidays, so we don't want to leave anybody out.
Yep. Just happy holidays to all, whatever holiday you want to celebrate.
Definitely. Season for love and family and friends. Yeah.
So now, do you have a eBay room or a sourcing room, or is it just kind of all over the house in different spots?
It is kind of all over the house, but I have, like in my room, I have my jewelry. I don't want to have it out there in the garage. We just converted the garage, so that's getting really nice. I already had my mugs and everything out there, but I have my clothing out there now, and my husband's fixing up really nice for me. I also have a lot of trunks and a lot of furniture that I use for storing my things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have secretary desks. I have them throughout the house, part of the decor, but they all hold something. Like there's a little box over there that holds nothing but wallets. And, I know that's where I have my leather wallets that are listed. And then I have trunks with jewelry that's listed, jewelry that's not listed, jewelry that's mine. Well, it's all mine. And that I plan to wear. And so it's pretty much all over. But I'm trying to get into the garage more so that it's all contained. Yes.
Very cool. Guillermo M. said, I started selling on Etsy and Poshmark because of you.
Guillermo, how are you? Good to see you there in the chat. I'm glad.
And let's see, Penny Keeping It Real says, eBay just threw up in my house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when it's time for a sale, right? I just go around slashing those prices, and hopefully they move out. Yeah.
So how many items do you have in your eBay store?
Right now, I have 2 eBay stores. I just opened another one. I have 300 items on one, about 80 on the other.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have about 300 on Etsy as well. And I have over 1,000 items on Amazon.
Wow. Wow.
So
Mostly books, and I'm a bibliophile, so those stay right here with me. I did finally organize them. So I have the Dewey Decimal System going on, and it is fantastic.
Oh, wow.
I can find everything now. I used to just have like all the children's books and then, like all the history books, but now they are in system.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, that was my husband's idea. So yeah, he's very helpful that way. He's very organized, and he can't stand it when I'm not organized. So we did it.
Well, you just said you opened a second store. So are you starting to niche a certain store?
Exactly. Yes, that's where I'm hoping to just do men's, women's, and children's clothes, ladies' handbags.
Okay, and everything else goes in the other store.
Exactly. All the mugs and all the other fun stuff is in the other store.
So do you consider yourself a quick flipper or, long tail, short tail, a little of both?
A little of both, definitely. I mean, I don't want to undercut anybody. I really have come to realize that doesn't do anyone any good to really slash a price too much, because it does downgrade everybody else's item if it's a collectible. So, but I have quick flips too. I mean, sometimes I don't even research the item. Sometimes I just look at it and I'll say, what would I pay for that? Not at a thrift store. What would I pay for it if I saw it on eBay? And I'm willing to go, $40. So I'll just say, it's $40 and put it like that.
Wow.
I kind of put because I'm a buyer too. I've always been an eBay buyer. And I know a bargain. I love a bargain. Who doesn't? So I try to put myself into that mindset too, and let's move it.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, everybody has their own business model, and like you said, if you're a buyer as well, you kind of understand how how you want to buy. So
Exactly.
Run your business that way.
Turtle Trader said, "Wow, you must love to list after hearing all the numbers that you have of listings."
Oh my gosh, I list at the lights. I list when I'm in line at the post office, at the doctor's office, everywhere I'm listing. Yeah.
Do you need some more? I mean, I've got plenty you can list.
But it's my least favorite. No, I think probably photographing might be my least favorite. Listing's not that bad. It's already automated a little bit. I've got it down to a system. So I think photography is probably the one that I find, kind of arduous.
Sure.
Have you ever thought of hiring somebody to do photography?
No. I'm trying to get my daughter to do it. I'm trying to get her to learn how to, because she sells on Depop and she sells on other apps. And she's taken, and I got her on Etsy as well, and she takes really good photos. But that's because it's for her and her profit margin, right? So I don't know. I may have to, let go a couple of bucks for her to do it. So we'll see.
Turtle Trader wants her to be your. Can she be my VA, my virtual assistant?
Yeah, we could all use one of those, right?
Right. And then Penny King keeping it real says, do you take pictures and do drafts, and do you use templates?
I don't use templates. I just started doing the drafts. That's one thing I learned from this YouTube community that's so fantastic, is that I do that. And in order to get them off my phone, get those pictures off my phone, I've started to do the drafts. I do take the pictures all in one session. Like last night, I must have spent 8 hours. Since I'm off from work, I must have spent yesterday half the day just taking pictures. Today, I'm halfway done with all the pictures I took. And I think I took about 200 pictures, because I take about 8 of each item. So yeah, but I'm trying to do that system where I'll take all the pictures one day, do all the listing another day, try to get some up to eBay just to get them off my phone, and then get back to them when I can. Yeah.
So
I think your daughter's in the chat, because somebody says that I'm not gonna say her name in case it is your daughter. She said, "Love you, Mom."
Oh, how sweet! Love you too, Anna. How's my hair? I think it's Anna. I don't know. I think she's the only one that watches my videos.
Yeah, that's the first name, but I didn't want to put it out there.
Yeah. I love you too, Annie.
So all that listing, it sounds like you should cuddle up and watch a movie and watch a Woody Allen, drink some hot cocoa, and
Yes.
enjoy yourself. You earned it. It sounds like.
Yeah, definitely. I've decided I'm going to take at least one day to not do anything for eBay or Etsy or anybody. Just to breathe. Just to breathe. Yes.
Yep. I understand. Everybody needs to take that time.
For sure.
It makes you think, why am I working so hard? I know I work so hard that I'm wasting all the time, and money that I'm making. I should be enjoying it, but I'm just working through it.
Exactly. That's so true.
Okay,
Turtle Trader wants to know. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say that we know you watch our show because you put in our chats every once in a while.
Yes.
Who are your top 5 video creators that you watch?
Oh, there's so many, and there's so many new ones. Of course, Margaret at Texas Gal Treasures, Nicole State at State's Place, My Fairy Treasures. I just discovered her. I really like her channel. Of course, Pinching Pesos is fantastic. The Golden Finger Picker, oh my gosh, him and his wife, Florida Picking Queen she is. They are fantastic. Don't miss their show, you guys. There's just so many, and I mean, I don't have the time of day to watch them all. They're all great. They really are. Tanya at Thrifty Treasures as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it. And I like the long ones and I like the short ones. I fit them all in somewhere. Yeah. Mhm.
Turtle Trader wanted to know what age and or subject do you teach?
I teach special education, and I have fifth graders and a couple of third graders, a fourth grader. I'm in a resource room, so I have children with some intellectual disabilities, some on the autism spectrum, and just some that are a little bit slower learners and need that little boost.
Sure. My youngest son is on the autism spectrum, so
Okay.
all about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to thank you too, because I used to go to the resource room all the way through, even through high school. At certain classes, they had me go into that, it was like my study hall. Instead of having it in wherever they had the regular study hall, they let me go into that room. They're like, just go there and do your homework.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you. Yeah, I enjoy my job quite a bit. It's very rewarding. And some of the children are just so smart, and they just need a chance to show it, and a little bit more time to finish their work, and they'll get it done. So.
Right, and that's what they always told me about my son was, and we already knew he's super intelligent. He remembers everything I've ever said since forever.
I believe it,
and that's a bad thing sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot of the things
Yeah.
was it's not how smart they are; it's how you get them to be able to express it and show it.
Exactly.
And it's sometimes that's just the harder part is they don't know how to especially in social situations, interact very well. And that's where my son really struggles, but he's very high functioning. So other than just being a little socially awkward, that's about all he is at this point at 16. So
Yeah. Well, good luck with him. I'm sure he'll do fine. A lot of our IT guys at our district are actually on the spectrum. So there's a place for everybody.
oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into the chat. Anybody in the chat have any other questions? I mean, come on, we got Thelma right here. Finally, we got her. Let's get these questions going.
The timer a while to have her.
Yeah, it took us a while to get her here. So.
And what a way to end our year, since we're not gonna have a show next week,
right,
or Sunday. So
well, we're looking forward to the new year and new shows.
Yeah. We're gonna twist it around a bit, but not too much. Oh, Tanya just showed up.
Hey, Tanya. Where were you?
Tanya was to subscribe to Andy. So see, we're getting all the people subscribing to people.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Tanya's got a lot of knowledge too.
I would say Tanya probably just showed up because her ears were burning. She were just talking about her.
She's probably working, listing away.
Yep, that's probably true. Oh, also, Penny, keeping it real, you may want to get on Pinterest, Periscope, on Twitter and watch Angie's. She does a lot of Periscopes that are really good. It's like she seems to do one almost every morning. So. But
okay.
They're great. I mean, sometimes it's find things that they find. Sometimes she's just talking about being awake in the morning kind of thing. So
yeah, those are fun.
Absolutely.
We didn't give him a shout out, but Drew's in the chat, and he actually just said, "Just hit like."
Yeah, everybody hit that like button.
So now. You're in your what room are you in your house?
This is my living room.
Oh, okay.
The kitchen's over there.
I was just trying to figure out the stuff behind you it looks kind of like dolls and.
Those are, I think that's my snowman collection.
Oh, okay. There's snowmen. Okay.
Yes, that's like my bar back there. And there's.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. And I usually do my videos in the other room, which is a dining room turned piano room. We never did make it a dining room because my girls were learning piano.
So you play the piano and you don't eat?
I don't even play the piano. They do.
Oh.
No, we don't use the dining room.
We have a couple more questions. Sarah Hairstocker wants to know, are you happy where you are in your business? Do you want to grow it?
I am happy with it. I have grown it. I've grown it this year more than ever. It started out as I wouldn't say a hobby. It was just a way to sell my things, but I was always doing something else. I was a full-time student for a while, and I was doing eBay part-time. And then I finally became a teacher, and I'm working full-time, but I'm still doing eBay and everything else full-time. I put a lot of time into it, but, you know, it's just because I think we always want to have a side hustle, want to have a little bit extra income coming in, and so I've definitely grown it, and I don't see it stagnating anytime soon. I'd like to grow it some more. I'd like to list more and just dedicate myself to organizing my time so that I do utilize it to its full potential, that I say to myself 2 hours after work I'm going to take pictures, maybe half of Saturday I'm going to list, and things like that, so that it's more consistent. That's really what I'd like to do, is make it more consistent.
So are you a scheduled person? I mean, do you schedule your times, or are you kind of hit and miss now?
I try to, and I live by an agenda, because if I don't, I get off track. I forget to
That's
do
me
to
too.
put the dog's meds, or I forget this or that, and if I just see it, it's like a goal. If I see it on there, list every picture that's on your phone, or list 50 things. If I write it down and see it, I'll do it. And if I don't, I'll find something else to do, you know.
Right,
so.
right. Well, and it's good that you know that that's where you're lacking, that if you don't write it down, that it won't get done.
Exactly.
Some people go for a long time before they figure out, well, why am I not getting to where I need to get, you know?
Exactly.
It's great that that's one of those things that you found, is that you know you need to be scheduled. You know yourself that well.
Right.
I'm going to answer this question that Henry asked. The Dallas link is in the description, along with a couple of groups that I'm admin in our own. So if you're not already a member of them, why not? And I've seen a lot of couple people going back and forth saying they're subbing to each other. If you don't know how to sub, if somebody makes a comment, just hover over their name and it'll say subscribe. And all you gotta do is click that with a button and you're subscribed.
Easy peasy, yeah.
And there is a lot of good knowledge in the chat. I've already seen, you know, there's a lot of people that I watch consistently, and there's a lot of people in there that have some good information. So
Exactly. And they're inspirational as well. They serve,
absolutely.
I mean, even just the way my agenda serves a purpose, watching these videos daily and nightly and whenever I can, I just get inspired. If I see Margaret talking about merch or something else, it may not be something that I'm going to be able to do. I could barely turn on this computer today, right? But it's definitely someone who's got goals, who's crushing those goals, and that's inspiring to me. And, you know, if somebody else is doing something different, selling some other item, doesn't mean I may have the knowledge to do it, but maybe I'll run into something like that. Maybe I'll look it up, and then, hey, we'll list it.
Right, right. Yeah, no, I agree. There's a lot of inspiration out there. Just watching how hard some people work at things.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, man, if they're doing that, then I should be able to do something like that. So yeah, it gets me
Definitely.
on
And
my
the
feet a lot.
organizational skill.
What's
Well,
that?
I know we're gonna get asked this question, and I don't know if someone has the time, but if you guys are you interested in doing an after show hangout?
Okay, how do I do that?
You don't have to do anything. Yeah, you just stay late, and then other people come in.
Okay, that sounds like fun. I can do that for
And then
them.
what happens is everybody will have we'll get however many people come in, and we just talk amongst ourselves, and then no chat or anything goes on. And I can
Okay.
type it over in our private chat over here on the side. There's no chat in the like a show hangout chat.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. You just get to talk to a few more people than just us. The people that come in. So
All right.
yeah, and Chris Pyle says you get out as much as you put in, and that is so true in this business. The only way to do, you know, get your business better is to work harder at it and find, you know, to be more efficient with your time and your listing and such. So it's
That's
for
right.
sure.
So I am not seeing any other questions at this time.
Okay.
But I want to
Question.
thank you. I wanted to thank you, Thelma, for being on, especially
You're
our
welcome.
last show of the year.
My pleasure.
So everybody that watches, after what's going to happen is this is our last show on Wednesday nights. Come January 1st, we are having the R show moved to Sunday nights. And then we're going to be bringing in a new show for Wednesday nights called Reseller Review. So hopefully you guys can join in back and watch, or switching the hours up so earlier guests can come earlier and have the time, because I know 10 o'clock is tough for some people on the East Coast. So I'm trying to bring it back for people that like to like watching earlier.
Sounds good. That's a good time.
And I think Dwayne froze. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will see you in the Hangout. We'll be putting a link in the chat, or we'll see you on the 1st.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for being here. Merry Christmas.
Well, I guess he is frozen, so I don't know how he does his saying, so I'm not going to be able to end it like he does. But thanks, everybody. See you in a few.